There are a lot of things that we need to be doing right now. We really need to tidy up our house, but we're never going to get this day back, so we're just going to enjoy it.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo.
I figured out why my house is messy a lot, and why we don't get some stuff done. It's because I'd rather be out here watching my kids, and then I'm fixing to be in there with them.
There are literally hundreds of things that we need to get done on this farm and homestead. Some of them really small, some of them huge. We have small children, and they're only small once. They're going to be grown. Everyone we've talked to that's got grown children has told us that they're going to be grown before you know it, to enjoy this time, that your house can be cleaned later. We got some dishes to do. The floor needs to be swept. We need to pick up some toys and some school books and all that stuff. There's lots to do, but we instead, I think we're going to milk some goats, and we're going to hang out with Nana and Papa, and we're going to just do a few little things here, but we're going to enjoy this day. Anything to add, my dear?
No.
Kids are in the pond. There's one right there, and there's one over here closer, one on the other side. We're just gonna hang out. We'll probably do a few things. If we do decide to do something, we'll definitely bring you along with us. What are you doing there, dear?
Milking a goat, or attempting to. I'm attempting to milk.
You gotta start at the top. There you go.
I'll be here all day.
Well, honey, you got to learn.
Yeah.
If you want to learn, this is the way to do it.
Okay, now you watch Papa. Now try it again.
On your finger. Go from the top down.
So you gotta hold it in there at the top so it don't go back up into the udder, and then squeeze it down.
Always pick the bucket up when you move because she's liable to stick her foot. She's not as strong.
You gotta hold it in the tits. Make sure it goes in the bucket. There you go. We're milking it down. Looks like you're doing pretty well with your left hand, but the other one.
Well, he said that this one wasn't supple.
The right,
Oh, is she lopsided?
the right tip has been nursed and the left one hadn't, so the one that don't have as much milk in it's a lot easier to milk.
I see. I was wondering why she wasn't getting any out of the other one. I thought she just was not milking it right. But you got some out of it whenever she wasn't. But you've been doing it a lot longer.
I've been doing it for about 10 years.
You need to make sure it's pointed down at the bucket. You're getting it all over the place.
Be okay, she's got to learn. I'm not going to live forever. Y'all might take this all over one day.
Is this the second time you've done it?
Yeah, this is just the second time. The other time was
Heavy?
It's
If Dad Papa no longer goes to be here, I'll be milking it. I'll be milking it every day. At least I'll be soon. I know how.
I milked a little bit, but then Papa took over. I'm not used to doing it, so my forearm and hands are a little tired too from just a little bit that I've done.
It develops different muscles that most people don't use very often.
Look at all these goats. I showed you these little withers. I like these brown and white ones. They're pretty cute, don't you think? Part Toggenburg.
like very nice.
We were going for a little walk, and then Rua said, well, we're going to go home. And then she disappeared for a few minutes, and I came over here, and she had her hands around a goat tit.
Had a handful of goat. She did real good. That's a lot for one goat.
I don't know how well you can see over there in the distance. Probably can't at all. But they're swinging on some vines over there.
This is Linda, and this is her sister Polly right here.
It's kind of hard to see because of the sun over there and the shade over here.
Are you out of food?
This is Polly.
Polly?
See if you can get
Pollyanna?
Pollywalla Doodle.
I like these things better than actual humans.
Goats. A lot of people who homestead like their critters more than they like humans.
It's not a far reach. They're far less moody than humans.
Goats are? I don't know. Some of them can be pretty moody. Didn't you say that Henry bit you the other day?
Yeah. But it's probably the same reason Jacob butted me, because I wasn't giving him anything to eat.
You don't feed them any, do you? Do you ever go up there and feed them those old donuts?
I haven't recently, but I used to all the time.
We go to a local bakery and they give us day-old donuts, and sometimes Papa feeds those to the pigs, but he's not been doing that very much recently.
We've not been getting there as many. People's eating a whole lot more donuts since the world has come to an end. You got a shot of the, what,
I don't know how well I could see in there, but she didn't
just
get
barely
much.
covered the bottom.
You need to teach him how to make a Tarzan sound. Don't you know the sound Tarzan makes?
He's getting all that stuff, which is really fun. You can also swing back and forth.
Huh. So I ended up having to change my clothes because we went for a walk through the woods, through the cow pasture, and I got all sorts of chiggers on me. And anytime I would try to wash my hands or whatever, I would end up with more chiggers on me. I ended up having to take those clothes off because anytime I stick my hand in my pocket, I'd end up having chiggers on it. We got in the pond, and I've got those in the washing machine now. But I ended up doing a little bit of work. I want to show you what I ended up getting done. I told you I didn't really feel like doing anything and I just wanted to hang out. But I ended up getting this trench done. Do you see it? I did about 3/4 of the way that you saw in that video, that I took a little bit and I would shovel it over to the side. But then I ran a little tiller over it. Then I raked one way or the other or both. I feel like it's gonna do the job. We'll see how it does with the rain when it comes, but I think it'll divert enough rain out of the way so it doesn't get all wet and mucky in there again. Over here where the corn is, this first row, the second row, third row, we tilled up this area, the second and third row again. Mosquito. They're all over the place in here, aren't they? I've been bit 3 times since I've been in here. Another mosquito.
You can do a video about mosquitoes.
They are everywhere in here. I wonder if it's because of the high tunnel. There's been some water sitting in here. Look, there's one. See it? Also over here, there's a volunteer squash or cucumber or pumpkin or something like that. We're gonna keep it for now. It's kind of in the middle of the row, which isn't really a great location for it. Papa got a thermometer that'll connect to your phone on Bluetooth. It's a logging thermometer. I'll let him tell you about it sometime. Right now it says it is 71 degrees in here and 77% humidity. Those are the things that we ended up getting done. Also tilled over here again. When I tilled inside here with the tractor, the tiller on the tractor, I can't get too close to the edge over here. So also whenever I was digging the trench, I would take some of the clods of dirt from the outside and I would toss them in because on some places there was a little gap. There's still a little gap over here on the northwest side, on the south side too. You can kind of see the gap over here. See that gap? There was a little gap at the bottom. I tilled this and we raked some of that over here too. And I was thinking about planting something here in the next couple of days, maybe some comfrey or something, I don't know. I'm only showing you this because that's what we ended up getting done. It's still wet. Look over here. It's still wet where all that water seeped in right here. Actually, where we irrigated, the water is standing again, but that's okay. It'll dry up. Hopefully this, hopefully where we did this trench, it will keep the water from coming in like that again. And there's the Heartland Homesteaders Picnic. That's the end of this week as well. I'll probably have some footage for you the first of next week. So if you're interested in something like that, it is in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. There's a Facebook group called the Heartland Homesteaders Facebook group, and it's Saturday, September 12th at about 10 o'clock, and there's a potluck lunch, and then there's some other things going on too. If you're anywhere near Western Kentucky, then check that out. If you like things like this, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, select all so you never miss the notification. Thanks.
Narcisetto Adugino d'amor, delle belle turbando il riposo, Narcisetto Adugino d'amor.